right. First and foremost, we would like to give all praise and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua,
Yahushua, Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Rakakwadash.
Kakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations, hopefully they out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right, we're GMS Mississippi Camp. I'm the brother Yasha Moffin to my left.
Abaya.
And what we're going into today is being born again goes both ways. Okay? Because as we, been awakened to the truth of who we are, okay, understanding who our power is, there's an expectation, okay, that comes with it. There's an expectation for men, and there's an expectation for the women as well, okay? Because this truth causes us to become new creatures, and it causes us to continue to grow, man. And we both have to sacrifice on both ends, okay? You got that, bro?
Yeah, this is 2 Corinthians 5:17.
Yep.
MENLT. This means that anyone who belongs to Mashiach has become a new person.
Yep.
The old life is gone, a new life has begun.
Yeah, so we really gotta become new people with new perspectives, a new way of thinking. Real quick, Romans 12:2 in the NLT. Like we really gotta put on a new person, man, because everything that we was taught, all right, of this world was completely anti-Messiah. The way we thought about family, the way we thought about food, okay, the way we thought about what entertainment was, being a man was, being a woman, everything that we thought, okay, was off according to the scriptures, man. Okay, so now as we're learning the scriptures, man, we're learning, okay, the right way. We're being reprogrammed in righteousness, man.
This is Romans chapter 12 and verse 2.
Yep.
Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world.
Yep. So don't copy the customs and behavior of this world. And that goes for men. Okay, we shouldn't mimic niggas, man. Okay, you got Jake wanting to be a Crip still. Jake still want to put on this, this street nigga, this street rapper.
Right.
Okay, real nigga university.
Mm-hmm.
You duplicate in this world. Those things are popular in this world. Their behavior is cute in this world, man. But it should be despised in this truth, man. As a woman, you shouldn't be in that spirit of Miss Independent, boss chick, okay, wanting to be the head of the house, man. That's the behavior of this society, man. Okay, that matriarch spirit, that's copying and mimicking the behavior of this society, man.
That's right.
You got it, bro.
Yeah, back into Romans 12:2.
Yep.
Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world.
Yep.
But let the Most High transform you into a new person.
Yep.
By changing the way you think.
By changing the way we think, man. You see, we got to understand the way we was think. All right? And we constantly denounce these things, man. And as we grow in this truth, man, we should constantly denounce this world and the way of thinking of this world more and more. That's growth, man. When we grow to despise the old nigga we was, man. You women should despise that old way of thinking you had, okay? When you was pretty much weaponized against the nation to really disrupt the family, man. Yeah, bro.
Back in Romans 12:2, then you will learn to know the Most High's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect.
Hey, we can't understand the will of the Most High until we put on a new way of thinking. And that's as a man and as a woman. Because woman, you have an expectation according to the scriptures, man. And that's order, man. Okay? Because being born again goes both ways, man. Okay? You women can't profess to believe, but you're not being born again. You're not putting on a new way of thinking, man. Okay? You got it, bro.
Man, since you said that,
okay.
Let me get you John chapter 3 and verse 8. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews.
Yep.
The same came to Yahushua by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that you are a teacher come from the Most High.
Go ahead.
For no man can do these miracles that you do except the Most High be with him.
Go ahead.
Yahushua answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto you, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High.
So except a man be born again in his mind, okay? That perspective, there's supposed to be a birth of a new perspective, of a new outlook, okay? You know, like we really got to recognize how off we were, man, how destructive we were to ourselves, and how destructive we were, you know, to our own nation, man, with that way of thinking, okay? And you women have to understand, you was used, all right, as a weapon against your own nation, man. The way you think, you're weaponized against your own nation, man. If you don't put that shit off, man, okay, the Lord, all right, is just going to remove you, man. You know, because their mindset is not profitable towards nation building, okay? That feminist mindset, okay, that want to be the head, okay, want to be equal, want to be included. No, man, the women got to get in the back. That's one of the main obstacles for the woman, is to relinquish the authority given to her by the serpent and get in the back, man.
That's right.
Okay, and age your man as he lead.
That's right.
Okay? Yeah, bro.
And for that term born, according to the Greek,
Strong's G 1080,
Ganaio. And according to outline of biblical usage, to metaphor in a Jew sense of one who brings others over to his way of life, to convert someone.
To convert, to bring over to a new way of life, man. You know, nothing we should do should imitate the way of this world, man. Okay, this society, man. You know, we're becoming fit for the kingdom. Okay? And the Lord, hey, he not giving passes out, man. It's a requirement from all of us, man.
And especially you women that know the truth.
Yep.
Right? Because if you know the truth, it doesn't matter if you came across a video first and then you included your husband. At the end of the day, you still have to play the secondary.
Yep.
Because the Most High works through his man. Now you are an extension of your man, but at the same time frame, you don't run nothing.
Yep.
And when we talk about that spiritual cleansing of being born again, that works not only for the man, but as for the woman too. All right. So yeah, it's a dual effect, but at the same time frame, it's a spiritual hierarchy, which is spoken of in 1 Corinthians 11 chapter. You have Yahweh, Yahushua, the Israelite man, and the Israelite woman. Okay.
Matter of fact, in that same book, St. John 3 and 30, you know,
You want an NLT or
just a regular.
okay.
Yep. St. John 3 and 30. You know, and then we get some accounts on our foremothers and the mindset that they had. Go ahead.
Okay. This is John 3 and 30. He must increase, but I must decrease.
Yeah, so as an Israelite man, if we have to decrease and our life comes more about serving Yahweh Shai, well, as a woman, you have to decrease and your life has to become more about serving your husband, man. You know? That's repentance. Okay, there's sacrifice, man. There's a sacrifice in this thing, man. You know, you got to put that power given to you by the serpent. You got to put that shit on the altar and burn it up, man. You know, as we have to put certain interests, because brothers are talented, man. Brothers could have been, you know, popping in Babylon.
Right.
Could have had some way more emotion than what we got. Okay, but it conflicted with the interests of Yahweh Shai.
That's right, bro.
Okay, so a woman trying to be the head, or a woman still with that feminist mindset, that conflict with the interests of her husband, man.
And if you are a man of your household, you're supposed to check that woman.
Yep.
Regardless, right? Because according to order, you are the head of your household. You are the head of your woman. And at the end of the day, if you're not checking that, the Most High is going to break it up if you are a man of the Lord. He's going to put things in order, whether she remains or not. So it's very important to show yourself as men, right?
Because if he intervene, he going to make a splash.
Right. A big splash.
She's going to be flying everywhere.
I got a quick one for you. And this is Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 21. Since you have heard about Yahushua and have learned the truth that comes from him, throw off your old sinful nature and your former way of life,
That former way of life, go ahead.
which is corrupted by lust and deception.
Hey, it was corrupted by lust and deception. And one of the main things that women lust for is power.
That's right.
You know, that's why as we spoke about it, the serpent played on Eve lust for power. He
That's
seen
right.
something in Eve.
Right, because think about this, and you know through spirit we have harped on this before. She had everything.
Yep.
She was an extension of Adam. So what did she want much more? That power. She seen the way he was moving and how he was blessed.
Yep, people
So
responded
people
to him.
responded to him. So he had everything in his command because he was king then. So what did she want? You got everything. The only thing that she did not have was that power, that status.
She wanted people. She wanted that response he got when
That's
he
right.
came in the room.
That's right.
She wanted the conversation to be about her.
Right.
When you know Adam was that guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's the deceitful lust, and the serpent played on that, and Esau played on that again. Okay, in this time with the feminist movement, because he knew, hey, certain women, hey, they have a lust, all right, for their male authority.
That's right.
Okay, but they're not equipped for their office, and that's why when any situation when the woman is in charge, chaos, confusion, dysfunction. The matriarch was the worst experiment ever. All right, when it comes to the tribes in this time, man.
Right.
You know.
Right. And then even from a genetic standpoint, women, you don't have testes.
Yep.
Testimony goes back to what testes. That is something that a man has, right? So this thing of ours is built around the men. Okay, the kingdom of heaven. Kingdom of heaven. Now, hey, let's believe you're going to have your role. You're going to have a beautiful role. And you're not going to think about this in the kingdom because you're going to get that spiritual mindset too. But in this truth, you have to unlearn everything. And if you were leading your household prior to coming into this doctrine, accepting the ways of the Most High, then you have to unlearn your former self. You have to destroy your former self yourself. And if you have that demon on you, acknowledge that demon, pray to Yahweh Shem Al-Shah to get that demon off you. And men, you have to be men within this process. If she threatens to leave, let her go. It's just that simple, right? And we're not telling you something we ain't done ourselves. We done went through this shit 10 times over. All right? Ephesians 4 and 22. Throw off your old sinful nature and your former way of life, which is corrupted by lust and deception. Instead, let the Spirit renew your thoughts and attitudes.
Yep, your thoughts and attitudes, man. You know? So that's why the word is about that inward cleansing.
That's right.
You know? Because there you can showcase, you know, outward, okay, and the pure righteous. But see, this word exposes what's in you, man. You know, because if you're not lining up with the conduct of the scripture, that means there's something in you, okay, that's not changing, man. You know? Yeah, so man.
No, that's what you need, bro.
Let's get that Exodus 1. Let's start like at 11. Get this account. And see, this was, all right, you know, our foremothers in Egypt. And look at the mindset that they have. Go ahead.
This is Exodus 1 and 11. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses.
So this was when we was in captivity in ancient Egypt. Okay? And it goes into Pharaoh looking at Jake multiplying and began to oppress Jake more to suppress them, you know, with more tasks and more burdens of labor, you know.
All right, back into the scripture, Exodus chapter 1 and verse 12. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the sons of Israel.
Go ahead.
And the Egyptians made the sons of Israel to serve with rigor.
So it said the who? The sons.
The sons.
See, they was threatened by the men multiplying. Okay, because they know the power of a nation is within his men. You see? And that's why in this time the serpent didn't mind giving Eve these benefits and these jobs because a woman would get comfortable and conform. Okay, but they knew men eventually they was gonna want freedom.
Right.
They was gonna get the sizing them up.
Right.
You see?
And a lot of that comes from a high dosage of testosterone.
Yep.
And that's the reason why Esau tried to pump all these neighborhoods
Yep.
with what they call it, estrogen and things of that nature. Because the mentality of a man is to rule, to dominate. Whoever is on top, he wants to climb up.
Yep. A man wants sovereignty.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
A man wants sovereignty.
You got it, bro.
All right, back into Exodus chapter 1 and 13. And the Egyptians made the sons of Israel to serve with rigor, and they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, in mortar and in brick and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor.
Yep, go ahead.
And the king of Egypt spoke to the Hebrew midwives.
The Hebrew midwives, go ahead.
Of which the name of the one was Zipporah, and the name of the other Puah.
Yep.
And he said, when you do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women and see them on the stools, if it be a son, then you shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live.
Yeah, so you see, there was a system set up in ancient Egypt to oppress and delete the Israelite man. Okay, but the Israelite woman had what? Free course.
That's right.
They could live.
That's right.
Same thing in this setup. Okay, it's set up for the Israelite woman to have it easy, but for the Israelite man, it's a system of oppression that's set up. Okay,
That's right.
so this is nothing new that we see in this time.
That's right.
You got it, bro.
But the midwives feared the Most High and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them.
Wait a minute. They feared the Most High
Right.
and did not what the king of Egypt demanded them.
That's right.
So in this time, how can we relate that in this time? When you renounce that authority given to you, because they had the authority to kill,
That's right.
to literally put
Right.
Jake to death.
That's right.
You see?
That's right.
They denounced it because they feared the Most High.
That's
So
right,
if
bro.
you a woman that
Beautiful.
fear the Most High,
Beautiful.
you would denounce the authority
That's
given
right.
to you by the new king of Egypt, Esau. Man.
That's it. Because it's the same spirit working in the new king,
Yep.
which is Biden or whomever, right? It's the same spirit in this ancient Pharaoh, the spirit of Satan. And what, like the priest is saying, and what he does is he utilizes our women to continue to destroy our family system. That's all it's about. But meanwhile, he goes home, everything in order.
So how does Eve, even if she because they do abortion, okay, but even if they don't do abortion, the fact that they're in leadership, their family set up for failure.
That's right.
If you come into a family and the leader is a woman, that family is set up for failure.
It's done.
It's over with. Okay? No matter how good the intentions of the woman is, no matter how much money she makes, no matter what school she sends the children to, what neighborhood she moves the children to, if all those children know is the matriarch, those children are set up for failure. Because the daughter is going to come and be a part two of you, and that man, that son, is going to be extremely undeveloped in this society, man.
Hey, well, look at Lil Durk.
Yep.
That's what he said not too long ago. Like, basically, you know, my father served like 30-something years of my life, and I was raised by a woman. So even he understood that he's very feminine.
Yeah.
And the way he reacts and responds to things is because of that indoctrination that he emulated from his mother. Back in Exodus chapter 1 and 16. And he said, when you do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women and see them on the stools, if it be a son, then you shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live.
Go ahead.
But the midwives feared the Most High and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men's sons alive.
Yeah, so they saved them. So what did that show? They feared the Most High, and they valued the men of their nation. They understood the value of the men of their nation, man. They put their lives on the line to save the lives of the Hebrew men. Those Hebrew men, child.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But the midwives feared the Most High and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have you done this thing and have saved the men's sons alive?
Yep.
And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women,
Mm-hmm.
for they are lively and are delivered in Salakim. For they are lively and are delivered the midwives come in unto them.
Yo, so they stood before Pharaoh. Remember, they could be punished with death,
Mm-hmm.
but they finesse.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so they're
And
slick.
these were Egyptian midwives.
Yeah. So they finesse, man.
Yeah.
You got it, bro.
So let me read this in the NLT. The Hebrew women are not like the Egyptian women, the midwives replied. They are more vigorous, and have their babies so quickly that we cannot get there in time.
So he's saying we can't keep up.
That's right.
You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying?
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
Verse 20. So the Most High was good to the midwives, and the Israelites continued to multiply, growing more and more powerful.
So the strength of the nation is where? The men.
Mm-hmm.
So you women supposed to get behind the men and aid those men from the back. Whenever you put yourself in authority, all right, as a woman, okay, you're doing harm to your family. If you're doing harm to your family, you're doing harm to the nation, man.
Right.
You know? Just because the woman want that clout that come with being the head, you know? But nobody wants to be blamed when shit go wrong.
Right.
And that's another thing.
Right.
You women that's around here want to run shit, when this shit get down, keep running shit.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to throw it back in the man's lap when Jacob Trouble come. No, you keep being at the head of decision making when this shit get bad. Because everybody wants to be in charge when things are up and running. Okay, but when this shit start falling to the wayside and get chaotic, don't try to throw that power back into the man's lap. You keep that shit and you keep making decisions in the clutch.
That's right. That's right. Verse 21. And because the midwives feared the Most High, he gave them families of their own.
Woo! And see, the Israelite women today, and you gotta think they're back. Okay? And the Lord has them joined to houses that's gonna be delivered, man. Because they stood on business back then. Okay? So yeah, so
Yo, go ahead, what you got?
did 1 Samuel 15 and I think 23.
1 Samuel 15 and 3. For the rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft.
Yep.
And stubbornness is as iniquity.
Except might go up a little bit. Start at 22.
All right, this is 1 Samuel 15 and 22. And Samuel said, has the Lord Yahweh as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices?
Yeah, so and this is one of the reasons the Lord did away with sacrifices, because Jake wasn't sincere.
That's right, it was premeditated.
It was premeditated because Saul disobeyed orders, but then he tried to have this big sacrifice to the Lord. Okay, so basically he wanted to obey on his terms.
Right.
You see, he didn't want to get in order fully.
Yeah.
You know, he was partial when it came to being in order.
Right.
And the Lord not dealing with that, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And then if you think about the big picture, if you just obey, there's no need for a sacrifice.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't even have to give up a sacrifice because you're doing the will of the Most High anyway.
Yep.
Right? So back in 1 Samuel 15 and 22, and Samuel said, has the Lord Yahweh as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices, as in obeying the voice of Yahweh.
So he has more delight in obedience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because you can appear like you on point. You know? You can seem like you on point outwardly, man. But you're really not in agreement with the obedience. You still want to do your own thing.
Right.
There's still stubbornness and rebellion in your spirit, man.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the things that should be purged out of us, man. You got it.
Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice,
Mm-hmm.
and to hearken than the fat of rams.
Yo, keep going.
Hey, let me read it in NLT.
Oh, yeah, bro.
But Samuel replied, what is more pleasing to Yahweh, your burnt offerings and sacrifices, or your obedience to his voice?
Yeah, so, and it's simple like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? As a woman, you should come to the conclusion, I shouldn't be running shit.
Right.
You see?
Right.
Like, that should be the mindset of the woman. I shouldn't be running the goddamn thing.
That's it.
You know,
That's
you
it.
should be afraid to be in
Right,
charge.
right.
You see, that's what being born again is about.
That's right.
Okay, you should be trembling about being in charge, and you have a man.
That's right.
You know, you got.
That's right. Listen, obedience is better than sacrifice,
Yep.
and submission is better than offering the fat of rams.
And that's the word that the majority of women hate: submission.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it ain't about a man proving. Okay, especially if it's a man. That's another thing. And you women try to play the victim. You know, with these men, these husbands you got. You're with who you chose, because don't you have liberty to do what you want?
That's right.
So you're with who you chose.
That's right.
So you still got to be in order to the decision that you made, man. And let the Lord work it out. You see, that's another thing. You got to see, the woman is so used to being able to jump in and out of situations, you know, trying to find the one that benefit her. Okay, for the moment. But now, man, now whatever situation you in, hey, you still are obligated to be in order and allow the Lord to make a change. Either he gonna convert that man, okay, or he gonna get him out the way. But you're obligated to be in order until that happens, because that's the decision you made, okay, when you was in the world, okay. Yeah.
This is Acts 16 and verse 1. Then came he to Derbe and Lystra, and behold, a certain disciple was there named Timotheus, the son of a certain woman, which was a Jewess, and believed, but his father was a Greek.
Mm-hmm. So that woman, okay, Timothy's mother, she believed, but she still had a husband that he was Jake, or he was Hellenized.
Mm-hmm.
So she had to be in order under her husband. And I think even what Timothy's grandmother believed. Okay? In this account where it speaks about Apostle Paul speaks on Timothy's grandmother. Okay? Well, guess what? Her husband was a Greek. She couldn't just leave.
That's right. That's right.
Nah, she had to ride it out.
That's right.
She still believed. She still, repented. Okay?
She remained in order.
She remained in order.
And that's the point. She remained in order. Because
Yep.
you women will say, well, hey, my husband don't believe this, don't believe that. At the end of the day, the priest just gave you the game plan. Either the Most High gonna convert them or get rid of them. You just have to play your position until that time frame comes. It's just that simple.
Because you being in order makes you blameless.
That's right.
But when you get to doing this bullshit and thinking that you don't have to obey him because he's not the type of man that you think he should be, okay? Nah, man. And the Lord make us deal with our decision making, man.
That's it.
He make us marinate in that shit,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And like I say, either he gonna convert that man or he gonna move him out the way. But that's not your call.
That's it.
You're still subjugated to be in order, man.
Right.
You know?
1 Corinthians 7 and 13. And the woman which has an husband that believes not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her,
Yep.
let her not leave him.
Yep.
And how do we know? Timotheus.
Yep.
You know, the father did not believe, the mom did, but guess what? The father was still pleased to be with his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Now, check this out. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now are they holy. Case in point, Timotheus.
Mm-hmm.
Timotheus.
Mm-hmm. He became a leader of a church.
That's right.
I think the church in Ephesus is that.
I think so, bro.
You know, what we just read, Ephesus, 4
Mm-hmm.
and 22. Okay? So at the end of the day, being born again goes both ways, man. You know, that little American slick shit, bullshit that you women be on, better cut that shit out, man. You know? And the Most High, all right, hey, he finna get ready to turn, he finna get ready to turn the ministry to a skating ring, man. And start skating motherfuckers out of here, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm telling you this too, you women is bullshitting. There's some clean up women on the sideline, goddammit. And boy, when they catch hold, all right, and that man feel the appreciation,
Yeah.
you know. So at the end of the day, being born again goes both ways, you know. And the inward man has to change in the Israelite man and in the Israelite woman. So this is about nation. You see, America programmed the woman to be so self-centered and so selfish and so about them. Okay? That bullshit gotta go. This way bigger than us. This way bigger than your ass. Okay? How you feel and what you think. You trying to be a main character and shit. It's way bigger than that, man.
Right.
You know?
And best believe that elect lady that's spoken of in what, First John, we got the book of John.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, best believe she has went through thoroughly that spiritual cleansing.
Mm-hmm.
And she understands order. And she's gonna accept her role regardless. Because we all had to leave our former selves. You know? But at the end of the day, if you want to continue to rule your household and promote shots and things of that nature, the Most High is not dealing with you.
Nah.
He's not dealing with a woman that is overruling or ruling her husband. And he's not dealing with that man. Or if he is dealing with that man, he's going to get that woman straight, he's going to get you straight, or he's going to put an end to their relationship. So do it before he has to do it. Do what you got to do. Right? Hey, this is Micah 7:10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her face, which said unto me, where is Yahweh your power? My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets.
And a woman that's out of order is an enemy.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
A woman that's out of order that still has a lust, okay, for power, she's an enemy, man. Okay? Because she want to serve herself. You know? And that's what these women be looking for, these situations, you know, that serve themselves, man. Okay? But that's that American shit, man. That, you know, jumping in and out of different situations. Okay? That's that American bullshit. And that's why, and you just read in 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter, because that was going on in Rome and Greek, where women would just get divorced, okay, and remarry just because they felt some type of way. That shit was going on in Rome, in the Greco-Roman Empire, man. That's why Apostle Paul put a stop to that shit. And like, look, if y'all do separate, she's supposed to remain unmarried, okay?
Yeah,
and be reconciled to her husband, man. Okay? None of that musical chair shit, man, that they do in America, man.
Right.
You know?
And this is 1 Peter 3:1. In the same way, you wives must accept the authority of your husbands.
Mm-hmm.
Then, even if some refuse to obey the good news, your godly lives will speak to them without any words.
Yeah, so your conduct should speak, what they say, actions speak louder than words.
Or lead by example.
Lead by example. You know? So you being in order, okay, speaks louder than you trying to know a precept.
Right.
Okay? When you trying to, you know, play this authority figure, nah, your conduct in submitting and in servitude, man.
Right.
You know?
And you men, you gotta check that behavior.
Yep.
If she's out of order, you check that behavior. You know? And then basically, and get out a little more. You don't supposed to be all up under your woman all the goddamn time, man. Because that puts a feminine vibration on you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You do something one weekend, but don't want to do something the following weekend. Fuck that shit, man. You know, you fellowship and ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, we're coming back as kings and priests, man. You think we was doing that shit back during the ancient times?
No, man.
Women ruling over us and things of that nature. This is a curse, you know. And I'm gonna tell you something. Based on female nature, a woman don't respect that.
Nah.
That's why when basically she leaves you, when she tells you, you wasn't man enough for me.
Yep.
You couldn't tell me no.
Yep.
You couldn't fucking put your foot down. That's just part of female nature. But at the end of the day, it's all about girding up your loins like a man. Mm-hmm. That's who the Most High is dealing with, men. Not men just trying to please their wives and shit so they can go to sleep at night. Because if you got to do all of that and be compromised, then that woman may not be the right woman for you.
And then a woman will never be satisfied.
Never.
You know,
never.
A woman, you know, she can never be satisfied.
Yeah.
You know, you can do good for your woman. You can kick it with your woman. All right. But don't do things with the intent that she gonna be satisfied.
That's right.
Like after I do this, she
Right.
gonna be nah.
Yeah.
It'll never be. You know what I'm saying?
And that's another, and I'm glad you harped on that because there's nothing wrong with taking your woman out, spending time with her, but it's a balance in everything. And like the priest is saying, you're only good up until the last thing you did.
Yep.
So if you ain't did nothing in 2 weeks, then you ain't shit.
Yep.
You know? Okay, well, you did something today, well, what about tomorrow?
Yep.
So it's no satisfying now.
Yep.
And that's just how it goes.
Because like the Elder Big Ass said, we supposed to be pleasing Yahweh by Shema Shai.
That's right.
And they supposed to be pleasing us, man.
That's right.
Okay? I say you know what I'm saying, you do something, you know, your woman been on point, you reward your woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But that shouldn't be to the point to where, you know, you're consumed with trying to keep her in this happy place, that happy life, happy wife, happy life.
Doesn't exist.
You know?
Doesn't exist. And true happiness comes from within.
Yep.
You can't make that woman happy.
No.
She has to have happiness from within.
Yep.
There's nothing you can do to satisfy that woman.
No.
If she's gonna leave, she's gonna leave. If she's gonna stay, she's gonna stay.
And like we said, you got women that's faithful to niggas in prison.
Right.
And you got niggas that divorce. You got women that divorce millionaires.
Mm-hmm.
So what the hell do you think you doing that's making her stay?
Right.
You know?
That's right.
Especially in this age, the age of options.
Kind.
When she got all these niggas in the inbox.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Making these promises, man. She,
Right.
hey, the woman look at most men as an option.
That's it.
You know?
And regardless of what you do, it's still not good enough.
Yep.
Regardless. You'll be stupid. That's the reason why these niggas be down before their wives. Yep. They be so fucking stressed out.
Yep.
Meanwhile, man, Jake, you'll have a heart attack at 40.
Yep.
50-something years old, then a goddamn woman live up to 80.
If a nigga in the Hall of Fame getting divorced, what the hell, you know what I'm saying? We gonna do in the Lowe's vest,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? High vis, some goggles. You know what I'm saying? Finish, goddamn. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Ecclesiastes 26:6. But a grief of the heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicates with all.
Yep.
And a lot of our women be jealous of this woman, which is the truth.
True.
Oh, you fellowshipping this week, but then you do that last weekend. Or brothers coming down this week, then brothers come down last week. Or you still on the phone, I thought class ends at such and such time.
But you can take her places unlimited time.
Right.
You can do for her unlimited.
Right.
But for anything else, it's supposed to be a limit. No, man. You know, I say we deal every brother situation different.
That's right.
Brothers deal accordingly, man. But at the end of the day, we gonna keep the main thing, and everything else revolve around that, man.
That's right.
You know, and hey, one day, hey, Joel's wife, okay,
That's right.
she was good until it wasn't good,
Yeah.
and then she showed her true colors, man.
That's right.
Okay, and that's why Jacob's trouble is necessary, man, because it's gonna show who been faking it and who not, man.
And Micah 7:10 is gonna come.
Yep.
Come to play.
Yep.
Because hey, let's just be real. According to Micah 7:10, a lot of the prophets' so-called wives not gonna make it. Then she my enemy.
Yep.
Because she knew the name.
Yep.
So this woman had to been a close extension
Yep,
of you
yep,
or a
yep,
former
yep.
wife.
And when you in that time and y'all ain't ate in 2 days, you'll be like, what is this power you was talking about?
Exactly.
When spiritual power's gonna come?
Right,
When?
right.
See, I knew I wasted my time with
That's
it.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
She gonna want the garlic, the melons, meaning what? She gonna want you to go down to that chipping center.
So just have a mindset to please Yahweh by Shema Shai.
That's it.
You know, and let everything else play out how it's gonna play out. Man.
God.
That's all I had. You had
I'm gonna finish this
Okay,
up for
got
you,
it.
bro. Hey, this is 1 Peter 3:1 back in the NLT. They will be won over by observing your pure and reverent lives. Don't be concerned about the outward beauty of fancy hairstyles, expensive jewelry.
Yeah, really trying to be seen.
Right.
Because of course you want, your woman, to be did up. Okay? But it shouldn't be with the intent of trying to be seen like the heathens were doing. These women was doing it for show and to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
That's
Wanted to be their main character, man.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Or beautiful clothes. You should clothe yourselves instead with the beauty that comes from within.
That comes from within.
The born again.
They're born again,
That's
that
right.
new spirit,
New
man.
spirit.
And that's beautiful, man. I'm saying, like, you know, when a woman is in order, they add, you know, if she a 6, they put it to a 7.
That's right.
She a 5, they, you know,
Yeah.
they put it to a strong 7,
Yeah,
man.
man.
They're in order, man.
And that's what it truly means to be upgraded.
Yeah.
You know? The unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit which is so precious to the Most High. So
And that's the thing that's valuable, man. Because
right.
the Lord can deal with that.
Yeah.
A woman that's in order, the Lord can pair her with a man and can build.
That's right.
You see?
That's right.
But if you out of order, if you're not born again, you can't be paired, okay, with nothing. So what's the opposite of precious? Worthless.
That's right.
You see?
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is how the holy women of old made themselves beautiful.
Yeah, the holy women of old. We just read about those Hebrew women, the
Mm-hmm.
midwives.
That's right.
That you know, stood before Pharaoh, that feared the Most High and preserved those males. Sarah, okay, she gave Hagar to Abraham because she knew Abraham had an enterprise and he needed heirs.
Mm-hmm.
You see,
That's right.
she wasn't thinking about herself.
Mm-hmm.
You got it, bro.
They trusted the Most High and accepted the authority of their husbands.
Accepted the authority of their husband, and that's the unbelieving man. And all right, if you have a husband that
That's
believes,
right. That's right.
both ways, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
For instance, Sarah obeyed her husband Abraham and called him her master. You are her daughters when you do what is right without fear of what your husbands might do.
Yeah, so even Sarah had to ask, you know, Abraham before she dealt with Hagar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and why he like, that's your property, do what you want.
That's right.
You know? But Sarah was thinking about the nation. She was thinking about the next generation, man. Okay? She wasn't thinking about herself. She wasn't envious of Abraham's authority in the earth. All right? Because Abraham was, you know, well off. You know, he was wealthy. Okay? And she was just thinking about forwarding his enterprise, man. You know? Yeah, so.
Oh, that's it, bro.
Okay, well, with that, you know, we pray that you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified once again. We give all praise and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
and double honors unto the apostles and the elders GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations, hopefully, shalom.
Shalom.